Hi Niharika. Let us begin with a brief introduction about you. Kindly introduce yourself to the people watching.
Okay, so basically, I'm Niharika, journalist turned entrepreneur. I am a content specialist, social media content specialist from past 5+ years. I have started as a trainee reporter in a print media, a leading newspaper in Pune. Eventually, I evolved in my career. I learned new things, and now I have my own team. I run a business, I would say so, because I have 4 or 5 different clients around the globe for content writing, social media management, and social media strategizing. So that's what I do. Apart from that, I am a social media coach from past 2 years. I have helped 100+ clients over these 2 years to start their freelancing career, to get clients online, and to make them understand how this online industry works.
That
That's what I
is
do.
really that is really brilliant that you are helping a lot of people to actually
Mhm.
come on social media, and you are a business owner. You are already on that path, and I really hope that you are doing wonderful.
Thank you. Just one thing I would like to mention here that I feel my USP is I work in 3 different languages, which is Hindi, Marathi, and English. So my major, like 80 to 90% of work that I do, is in Hindi and Marathi language, which I'm extremely proud of.
That is really unique to say. Every person prefers to work with English, but you are keeping the strength and visibility of our regional languages as well. So it is
Yes,
really proud. Yeah.
yes, definitely. I'm extremely proud about this fact.
So should you ever like feel that if you would have been working only in English, the projects you might have or the visibility you might have internationally as well would have been a
Mhm.
much better at that level?
I don't think so. The reason, the kind of work that I get is unique, is different. Not many people know that I worked with Indian Army for their one of the translation projects of 15,000 words document. Then I wrote a Bhopu song, which was played in the interior of Uttar Pradesh for awareness of girls' education. I get a lot of creative writing work in Hindi and Marathi, which I'm sure I couldn't get in specifically international market. I definitely work with clients from the international market as well. I have worked with, but honestly, if you ask me, the kind of work that I enjoy, I get in my own language, and I feel there is no demeaning English. Definitely, I work in English. I write articles in English. I'm still working with 3 clients in English language, but at the same time I feel it was my deliberate choice to pursue my masters in journalism and mass communication in Marathi language, because I wanted to learn that language and do something in my mother tongue, because not many people do it. Then I feel the kind of work that I get here, I think I would not get it there. So that's why I feel blessed that I can do variety of work. I have different sorts of work, different sorts of clients, the translation work, the content writing work, the creative writing work. I enjoy it thoroughly.
Right. So your words are really expressing that you are keeping the serenity of our regional languages as well. So really hats
Definitely.
off.
Thank you.
Okay. So you are a social media coach, and tell us
Mhm.
something about the social media tricks which actually can help you to grow followers
Mhm.
organically.
I feel it's my personal opinion. I would not go what other people says. What is working out for me, I'm telling you that only. I feel there are not as such tricks or things that works that will help you to grow organically. There are only 2 things that will help you to grow organically. One is being original on social media platforms. Now what happens that when we see a lot of content creators creating different sorts of content specifically in your own niche, you tend to get in the way of getting the inspiration, you tend to do the same thing that they are doing. So that somewhere is a roadblock for you to grow organically. So I feel if you create content through your own experiences, through your own point of view, it definitely helps you to grow organically. So that is one thing, that be original, be authentic. And the second thing is consistency. No matter what you do, no matter how original content you create, if you're not consistent enough in providing value or in creating content, you will not grow, whether it is organically or it is paid collaborations and paid promotions and everything. I personally feel only two things works in the online space. One, be raw, be real, be authentic, be original. And second, be consistent.
That is so right that be original, don't fake it out, be you. And the
Definitely.
secondly, yeah, and secondly, you said about consistency. So it's really so important to be regular and consistent in whatever you are doing,
It
whether
is.
it's
It is.
posting or anything else for that matter. And
Mhm.
even if you one do paid promotions, then if the content doesn't have that value, it
Very
will
true.
eventually backfire, right?
Definitely, you will see a lot of numbers coming into your account. Like
Right.
you will see a lot of likes or a lot of shares, maybe for that one particular content piece, or a lot of visitors. But you won't see the long-term community that definitely is going to help you to grow your business or your personal brand. That only happens when you share organic, original content from your own experience, with being consistent.
Absolutely. So, when it comes to social media management, what kind of services come under this domain and the average pricing of these as well?
Okay. So basically, in social media management, there are a various parts of it. But if I tell you like a whole package of it, then social media management is taking care of the entire social media platform, one or more than one platforms of your clients. That means you have to create content, you have to create strategy. First of all, you have to create content, you have to optimize their social media platforms, you have to schedule their posts, create their posts. It is social media management is a work of four people. One is content writer, one is graphic designer, one is the person who strategizes everything, strategist, and one is video editor. So when you combine all these four work in one package, that's where social media manager comes in. At the same time, you need to have some sort of experience or idea or knowledge about marketing, because nowadays you can't just be the social media manager. You have to implement the marketing strategies to it to grow the business. So these all things come under one roof. Uh, then uh, then one person becomes a social media manager, because you have to edit the reel, shoot the reel sometimes, write for the reel scripts, then the captions, then the hashtag research, then create the graphics, everything. So social media management is a huge term, and these, like I said, that it is a work of four people, and that's why the charges are a bit more higher. So in India, there are still people who are working on the average or lower charges, but I always feel that you charge what you feel confident in. So when I started with 10,000 rupees a month for managing a Facebook page, like 3 4 years back. So at that point, I felt that this is the right price, or this is the right way to go ahead with my first client. I did it. Sometimes people are not confident enough to charge that much also. Sometimes they are confident enough to charge more too. It completely depends upon what kind of services your client is expecting from you, what kind of services you're offering, what else you're including into it. Basically, in international market, if you see, it starts somewhere from 200 to $250 a month and can go around somewhere $1,000 a month as well. It completely depends upon the client that you have, basically, and their expectations. So the range is somewhere 200 to $1,000, and in India, if you see, it starts from 8 to 10,000 rupees a month for the smaller pages and the lesser work, and it can go around somewhere 40 50,000 rupees a month as
Right. So we can clearly see that social media is a whole lot of package of services,
well.
and
Definitely.
yeah, including like literally every skill which one
Yeah.
can have. And Of course, the packages you just said, it completely depends upon you as a person and your experience, your skills, and your confidence, basically.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Specifically, if you're starting out just now, so I would say there is no such right or wrong pricing in this industry. Specifically, if you're a freelance social media manager, there is no right or wrong price. You can start with what you feel like, what is okay, because you yourself know your skill set better. So initially, you know that what sort of pricing would justify your work, so you price accordingly. And with that experience, if you feel that you are undercharging, you can definitely increase your pricing. Normally people do not overcharge in the first go itself, because they are some sort of, underconfident, or they're not confident enough to whether the strategies will work out or not, because that's the first client they're working with. So usually people do not overcharge, but if you feel that you're undercharging, you can anyway increase the pricing for the second client.
Right, that's so true. You can experiment as much as you want
Yeah,
and then go ahead.
yeah.
Right, okay. So, what do you often observe in people where
Mhm.
they go wrong in the journey of freelancing, especially in this scenario of the world, of the entire world around social media?
I feel there are two, three things where people can go off track. One is expecting results too early. I always say that social media, if you are in the business of social media for a long term, you can't really expect things from the next day of implementing these strategies. I always say that social media is like SIP or mutual funds. You invest in mutual funds to get the long term benefits, not the short term funds. So for me, social media is a mutual fund where you invest your time, efforts, and energy to see the long term results, where you'll grow a community, where you'll have like-minded people in your community, and then you can grow your business. Moreover, the clients that comes to you or any other social media manager, they do not understand the entire world of social media. But as a freelancer or as a specialist, if you are from this uh, fraternity community, you need to make them aware that things will not fall into place in 1 month or 2 months. So I always tell my clients that do not expect any results in the first 3 months. Let's just warm our audience, because people come to me with the dead accounts, or where they don't have any engagement or any quality content, and they want to grow their social media page. So first 1 or 2 months, I need to invest to warm up their audience with the relatable and educational content. And after that, if from the very first day if we start talking about the business, nobody will be interested in that. We need to show how the particular product or services are going to help the targeted audience or the ideal clients. So I feel that expecting results too early can be one problem in the social media space, be it a freelancer or be it the clients. Even as a freelancer, if you expect that you'll start getting clients from the very second day, it doesn't happen that way. You need to invest a lot of time and efforts and energy and everything into it. Yeah, like we see na, sweat and blood into it. You have to do that, only then you'll see some sort of results after 6 months or so. I started creating content professionally on Instagram. Before, I used to create on LinkedIn and Facebook. But on Instagram, I started creating content in 2020. And I could sign my first client as a coach in 2021 November or something. So, can you see the difference? In the 2020 November itself, but I started from the January. So, it took me like what we can say a year or so. So it doesn't happen that way. Second thing, I feel that first, so expecting results too early. Second thing I feel is the comparison loop. What happens that I always tell this to my one-on-one clients as well, that whenever you want to create content, before going to the reels to search or to the Quora or Google or even on Instagram to research for your content, first of all, jot down everything that is there in your mind. Because what happens once you do not jot down the original content ideas, and when you see the content ideas on the internet space, your mind cannot process the original content idea. It gets what we can say, it gets affected by that, and basically you can't think original after that. That's what I feel, that's what my experience is. So what I do, even when I want to create reels, what I do is I will jot down 7 to 10 ideas in my notebook, and then I will go ahead and watch the content, so that at least I'll have my original thing with me. And then after that, my thinking is going to get influenced, I know it. And after that, I would not be able to think originally. So that's why I do this process. And in that process of seeing content, watching content, for the inspiration part, we tend to compare ourselves with other content creators. And then when we see that a person is making 1 lakh a month, then a student entrepreneur bought a MacBook, or a student entrepreneur is buying their own tabs and mobiles and everything. And then we question ourselves, what am I doing? Why I'm not getting the results? So I feel this comparison loop, we get into that loop and it's very difficult to come out of it. So I personally feel that we need to focus more on what is working out for us, because Instagram is one space, or even online media is one space, that one thing that is working out for you might not work out for me. It completely depends upon your page, your account, your audience, the kind of ideal clients do you have, the kind of audience do you have, and the kind of content is liked by your audience. So what is working out for you, if I try to do the same, might not work out. That's why I always advocate for original thinking, original content ideas. Even I got the blames that I copied someone, or I in the process of inspiration I did the same thing and all. But then I realized the topic can be same. Okay, the topic that you're talking about can be same. Maybe the presentation, like a graphic or idea of a graphic or following a trend, can be same, but the content has to be original, and that cannot be copied from anywhere. And I literally with proud I can say that I never copied anybody's one sentence also. So that's what I feel. That's why I do not feel compared with others. I feel that if that person is growing, I'm happy for them, but I need to focus on my journey, because I have different challenges in my life, you must have different challenges in your life. So our lives, our businesses, our online space cannot be compared. So two things that affects very badly to the freelancers is, one, expecting results too early, and second is comparing themselves with other creators. Consuming too much content can definitely harm your mindset. So I always say consume only that much which is needed for your business. Do not go beyond that.
Definitely, like the this was some really important and some really significant points to keep in mind and to avoid these kinds of mistakes, because one
Yeah,
can easily get into these, like one can
definitely, and it's
actually.
not wrong. It happens naturally. It happens naturally. You need to be conscious about it.
Right, right. So you need to avoid this, that you do not compare yourself with anybody,
Yeah,
and you think original, be your own self, create a content from your own experience and put out there.
yeah,
People will eventually love you for your
yeah.
own
Very true.
content.
Very true.
Right. Okay. So, feeling stuck or finding clients on Fever or maybe
Mhm,
Upwork, the
mhm,
earning same as 9 to 5. How would you
mhm.
like to address these kinds of issues around freelancing, these myths?
Right. So, about Fever and Upwork, initially even I created an account like five years back when I started working in a newspaper. I thought that having a side pocket money can help me, to just take care of my petrol bills and phone bills and all that. So I created an account, but soon I realized this is not me, because it takes a lot of bidding part of it, and you get paid like peanuts. It's it's not worth, I feel, because the kind of clients you get once you build your personal brand, you do not get clients that way until and unless you master the bidding part, and you master the negotiation part of it, that you won't work beyond this or something like that. But that is difficult there, because it has a lot of competition from Nepal, Pakistan and all that for Indians. So it has a lot of competition. So instead of doing that, I always advocated or vouched for creating and building your own personal brand. That is one thing. Replacing the salary of 9 to 5 job with the freelancing, you can do it. Definitely you can do it. I did it. But it takes a lot of time and effort. So if you think that you leave your job, start your freelancing today, and immediately you will replace the salary, it's not possible. It doesn't happen that way. I freelanced for 5 years along with the job. I was doing my job before I was a student. That time I started translating press releases, and I worked with a PR company as a freelancer. Then I started writing in different magazines and different newspapers and all that, and I did all that freelance work. I could have quit my job and think about building the freelancing at that point, but I genuinely wanted to take the office experience, because tomorrow if I have to build a office space like that, I need to know how things work, and that I cannot understand sitting at my home and working on my laptop. So that was very clear for me that for 5 years I'll definitely do the job, and then I'll think about quitting my job and replacing my salary. So that entire experience helped me. I only quit my job where I could already replaced my salary, or I could, replacing my salary for the consecutive 6 months. Then only I thought of quitting it, giving that time to the freelancing and building 2 3 clients more, so that I can replace the salary plus the freelancing amount that I was getting. So it will be a I would say mindless decision if you quit your job in expectation of replacing the salary someday that you're getting today. uh, if you're having a job, you're blessed. You're getting a paycheck every single month in your account, and that experience is going to help you a lot when you build your freelancing career from the scratch, uh, to a certain level. So I always feel, I've shared these stories recently also on my Instagram, that how my first job helped me. I have created a post as well, a carousel as well about it. That the experience that I got there, that is irreplaceable. You are in that age, the first 5 years of your 20s, where you have the great grasping power. You don't have the added on responsibilities, you don't have the additional responsibilities. You just have to take care of yourself and your schedule. That's it. You're not responsible for cooking food for your home, you're not responsible for paying bills of your home, you're not responsible for paying emis and rent and this and that. You're just responsible for yourself and your own kharchas. Otherwise you're getting everything. And I'm talking about a general scenario. I'm sure there must be some exceptions here as well, but in a general scenario. So if you have that sort of, it is difficult definitely to manage your college, to manage your job along with the freelancing. It is difficult, but you have to invest those 2 3 years along with your job to build a sustainable side business, side hustle, and then quit your job to replace your salary. That will be the right formula, I feel. So do not quit your job in expectation of getting the salary replaced someday. That will be a disastrous case, I feel. And one more thing, what did you ask?
Feeling stuck, people would actually feel stuck at
Yeah,
freelancing, and yeah.
it happens because like I said, freelancing sometimes becomes lonely. You sometimes feel left out, or if you're not growing enough, or if you're not getting clients, frequent clients, back to back clients, you can feel stuck. You feel that you're not growing enough. That happens because what happens when you work in an office scenario, you're working for someone, so you have a set schedule, and in that also, when you don't grow enough the way you want to, you have team to discuss about it. You have an environment to talk about it, you have an environment to take out the solutions, you have 10 people to discuss things about. But when it comes to freelancing, it's a one man show, at least in the beginning, till the time you don't build a team and all that stuff. So it can happen. All I will say is that do not leave your consistency. What happens when you feel stuck, you don't feel like doing anything, you stop it. So many people will say that content creation is something that has to come from within. I agree with that, but sometimes you have to push yourself to meet those deadlines that you have set for yourself. No, you can't just wait for that inspiration to come from within and then you'll create the content and then it'll work out. Sometimes you have to push yourself to do the things that you right now feeling that you can't do or don't want to do. I feel it's a phase, and if you face it with positivity, do not leave your consistency and your lead generation practice, then you can pass this phase with a lot more positivity and lot more learning. So it happens with every other freelancer, and we are not alone in this. The good thing is that if you have created a community, even if it is a small community, you can take their help, you can seek help, you can talk to the people online there, you can just arrange a Zoom call that you're feeling stuck. If you have some good friends over your online space, you can arrange a Zoom call and discuss things with them. Maybe they have some references, maybe, because until and unless you don't talk about it, how people would know that what are you needing right now. So maybe they can have some references, they can share that with you, or maybe they can help you just morally and give you the support, emotional support that you need. You can discuss things with your parents if they understand how online space works, because I have heard about it that sometimes parents do not understand and we are not able to make them understand. Thankfully, this was not case with me. I can easily discuss any single thing with my father, my mom, and my husband, even with my brother. So I have this strongest family support when it comes to business. So they did not let me feel down. They did not let me feel low. They were there to find out these solutions, tell me what to do, how to do, where I can get these solutions. They were always there. So try to build this family support from the beginning. Share things with them. If they don't understand, make them understand. If they don't understand, explain it to them how it works. Sit with them, show it to them how it works. Maybe they'll understand. So I will say that it's a phase, and it happens with everyone. You need to face it with positivity, have strong family support, or create strong family support and online space पे friends ka support, so that you will pass out this phase with a lot more positivity.
Yeah, these were just some really amazing things which you said, which will actually compensate this process of you feeling stuck about freelancing, and it
Yeah,
will really eventually help you to get out of this phase and come out with a bang, I would say.
exactly. You feel a lot more positive from inside when you have this type of support, and when you work on your things with consciousness that you have to do this.
Right. And the other points you said about having a corporate job experience, that is really very much important for you to build a business in the future for yourself. So,
I feel it's extremely important. The reason I don't want to prolong it and take a lot of time of yours, but why it is extremely important, because if your aim is to build an agency, or if your aim is to build a company, you need to know how things work from scratch. So my father used to tell me that you need to know that the boy that works, that gives you tea in the coffee in the office, how he works, you need to know that as well. You should not feel ashamed of अपने ऑफिस में झाड़ू मारने से भी आपको शर्म नहीं आनी चाहिए. You should not feel ashamed of cleaning your office as well. That much how you need to involve in this process. And once you know everything, things becomes easier. So if you don't know anything about it, how you're going to build that one day?
right, you should be aware about each and every duty,
Exactly.
each and every
Aspect of it.
responsibility
Yeah,
every person has, so that you can,
very
build
true.
your own team, your own business.
Very true. Very true.
Right. Okay. So, what advice or tips would you like to present in order to begin or continue the freelancing business? What should be the takeaway from the people watching from this session?
Okay, so the piece of advice will be a bigger word. Just I'll share my experience that when I started, I did not know how things work. It was a lot more of trial and error things. But one thing was there, that I wanted to work for myself. I wanted to build something that is of myself, so that I can generate employment in the future. I can have a team where I can uh, create employment for people, and that was one thing with which I went ahead. I will strongly say that have a stronger why you have started, why you're doing this, why you want to do this. So have a strongest why with you. because whenever you'll feel low, that why is going to help you out. A. Second thing, like I said, do not follow others blindly. Do not follow the footstep of even your coaches, even the industry experts blindly, because the experience as a freelancer or as even as a corporate employee or anybody is completely different for each and everyone. Specifically, if we talk about the creative field like social media management, content writing, graphic designing, video editing, and all that stuff, or even becoming a VA. So I strongly suggest and I strongly say that do not blindly follow what others have done. Find your own way with the learnings that you get from the industry experts. So that's what I want to say, that do not follow, do not, fell into this big shiny social media world. Be raw and real, and that is only going to give you the lot more credit in the future.
So true that you can, get inspiration from people you follow, you
Mm,
look up to, but do not wish to become them. Be your own self, don't lose
exactly.
your personality, your values, yourself in the process.
Exactly. That's why I feel the starting that I said that I work in three different languages, and why I'm proud about it. It's that I deliberately chose it because I wanted to become someone who is known for that. That okay, if you want to get one thing written in three languages, this is the girl you can go to. And not just three, I want to learn some more languages as well. But these are the three languages that I can easily do. So have something a stronger why, you do not follow others because just because they are doing it, you're doing it. There is no point in that. I always feel be your own trendsetter. Follow the trends for the sake of real views, that's fine sometimes, but do not follow them blindly that you will do the same thing that they are doing. That doesn't help.
Right. And I will remember you now onwards with the girl with three languages who writes in three
That's very
languages
sweet. Thank
and
you.
right. Okay. So, as a lot of my audience includes college
Mhm,
students, so what would
mhm.
be some general advice for them related to life or maybe career?
A general advice is that you are at the best stage of your life. Make the most of it. Learn new things, learn a new language, take a new experience. Uh, do not run after money because you feel that you're in the stage where you can earn a lot more money. While earning the money or while wishing to earn the money, do not forget to live the life which is beyond the social media, beyond the materialistic things. A. Second thing, even if you want to become a business owner tomorrow or a freelancer tomorrow, like I said before, please, at least for a 1 year, but take that job experience because it will teach you a lot of things and you will become an entirely new person after that 1 year. And just for the sake of experience, take it. Uh, like I said, you're at the best stage of your life. Just make the most of it. Learn as much as you can, implement things as much as you can, do the different adventures as much as you can. जो जो बन सकता है वो सब करो, जी लो life, and आगे जाके like tomorrow you'll get a lot more added on responsibilities where you need to think twice about spending the money. You'll need to think twice about taking a decision. Right now, if you don't have that responsibilities, make sure that you save money, make sure that you earn money. I mean, earn money, then save money, and make sure that you don't forget to live life in between.
Right. A lot of people actually think that we should earn money first and then live life, but they eventually forget that life only goes on and you will lose that time of your life when you are running
Exactly.
behind money.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. So, bonus question for the audience.
Mhm.
As we know that you are Niharika is a journalist, and she was like a journalist turned entrepreneur. You can tell us some advice for aspiring journalists and some tips to get in there. What are the factors that makes a good journalist?
Read a lot. Read various kinds of content, and not just online. Read books as much as you can. Read different perspectives, meet new people, have conversations, because communication skills is something that a journalist must have. Writing skills is something that a journalist must have. And overall uh, wide mindset or an open mindset is something that a journalist must have. So open up your mind, don't be judgmental, don't be rigid with certain points of views. Have an open mind, and be aware of what is happening in the world. You can't become a journalist without having a proper general knowledge. So focus more on GK, because that is something that is going to help you to become a journalist, and improve your communication skills from the day one. That is a must need. And read a lot.
Right. Reading and communication skills needs to be focused on very much.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So your last tips, like what do you want to say more about your business and the services related?
Yeah, so basically, like I told you, that I am a business coach, social media business coach specifically. I help aspiring freelancers to start their freelancing journey, help them to make them understand how the things works. So I have a 6 week coaching program. I have an 8 weeks coaching program where I teach you one on one how this industry works. It includes the mindset, it includes the content creation part of it, it includes making portfolios, lead generation, pricing strategies, everything. My entire experience of 5 years, I created a package of it, and I'm sharing it with the one on one clients that I have. So, if anybody is interested in learning how freelancing works and how you can, become a good freelancer and earn a decent amount of money or create a business out of it, then you can DM me and we can have a chat about it. And other than that, I'll just say one thing: whatever you're doing, follow your passion, follow your dreams, have a strongest why, and no matter what, do not give up.
That was really brilliant and that was really heart touching. And I will drop the related links in the description below for people to check it out, and do reach out to Niharika and be in contact with her. She's a wonderful person.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was lovely talking to you. And you had some great questions. I enjoyed answering them.
Thank you so much, Niharika, for coming here. We also got to hear so much valuable stuff, and you're really, giving some realistic advice for people to listen. So thank you so much. How did you find this interview? How did you find me as a host, asking from a journalist, as a media student? How would
Yeah.
you evaluate?
It was good. It was good. The one thing that I really liked about your question is they were well researched and they were, relevant questions. So I have taken a lot of interviews in my journalism days, and now also I take a lot of interviews. So I feel that one thing is really important. One is your research, and second is your relevance. That were there. So bingo.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I really enjoyed this. Thank you.
Same here. I also thoroughly enjoyed it.